Friday, folks. I'm Don. This is Rock of the Country. I got a gift request this morning, and I am able to get on it right away. Not always. Sometimes it takes a day, rarely 2 days, but sometimes, depending if I go down and visit my girlfriend Sean at the church, yada, yada, yada. But Jeffrey Martin's song, Garden, was a gift request from John Preotle, a.k.a. Tim P. I didn't know how you wanted me to recognize you because in the request there were two different names in there. But anyhow, John, aka Tim. This song is from Jeffrey Martin's album Thank God We Left the Garden, and this song is titled Garden. And you said Jeffrey is more folk than country, sort of in the vein maybe of John Prine and others. So yeah, that fits within the country family to me. I do folk, western, bluegrass. All of that is within the non-pop country genre. Of course, traditional country is the mainstay of the channel, but let's see what Jeffrey's got for us. We have the only one I was able to grab was a live performance, and that's fine. The Americana Music Association. There you go. I definitely do Americana. From 1 to Tennessee. I like it.
Nobody knows me.
It sounds like
Where I
John
go
Moreland.
when I'm angry. How often I'm lonely, I guess they're the same thing. Nobody knows me. And in my mind there's a garden full of beauty and darkness, full of sorrow and sweet things where my heart can be honest. In my mind there's a garden.
Mine might be a garden.
And in that garden there's a fruit tree. I eat from it daily, the same that Adam and Eve ate. What does that make me? In my garden there's a fruit tree.
Brilliant artistry on so many levels.
Oh, I wanna know the secrets. I wanna peek behind the curtain. I wanna find out for certain if I'm here on purpose. I wanna know the secrets. As if knowing would save me from the things that have made me. As if the mess that I'm making isn't really a blessing. As if knowing would save me.
These are great reflections.
And in my mind there's a garden. It's full of beauty and darkness, full of sorrow and sweet things where my heart can be honest. In my mind there's a garden. In my mind there's a garden. In my mind there's a garden.
Garden is your mind too. Well, that was good. Yeah, that was a good find. I don't know when this was done, but he reminds me of John Moreland, and that is a hell of a compliment right there. Same initials too, Jeffrey Martin. John, great find. I mean, one of the beautiful things about doing this channel is that you guys will make suggestions or gift requests or requests to me to do artists that I never would have heard of. In fact, a lot of the folks on the channel who have been in a country their whole lives, there are so many artists out there who are worth being heard that there's only so much time on radio for them to get heard. Plus, this kind of thing generally wouldn't make it on an certainly pop radio or bro country radio. This was art radio. And that I got to hear this kind of stuff. And I love following Strange of Thought as set against just, one man and his guitar. And you get to think, you get to reflect. I like when the philosophical, the psychological, the social, the introspection, the spiritual, all of it sort of tie in to a theme because it just has layer upon layer, depth upon depth, height upon height. It just keeps expanding outward like the universe itself seems to be doing, according to James Webb Space Telescope. But this was expansive, but it was fascinating because it was almost like you're brought back into his mind. In my mind, there's a garden. But then here's what's in it. Good and bad, all of it. And he referenced the apple with Adam and Eve. And what does that make me? Because I'm eating from the same apple. And I think it makes you an adventurer. I think that's what it does. And he stayed in the pocket the entire time. And I love songs like this. I mean, I like laughing. I love Jerry Reed songs. I like John Prine songs. John Prine goes deep, though. He's the Bob Dylan of country music, lyrically. But I like being made to think about the deeper aspects of life and the linguistics, how somebody else phrases it and develops those thoughts. And in this song, it was very patient. You were allowed to experience it with the acoustic, and it's sort of like the live version of Pink Floyd's Mother, the song Mother by Pink Floyd. And it's such a patient delivery in concert. And you're like, and it has to be. It's the only way that would work. So, John, I'm going to rate this one, my experience, because it really was the conflict. There's beautiful and there's, what was the word? Not sadness. But you had the contrast, you had the bookends of the mind and the heart in that garden. And he got to experience it where he said his heart could be honest. His heart could feel the horrors of life and the beauty and joys of life and anywhere in between where his heart could be honest. But in his mind, that place exists. So why is he in that mind frame or frame of mind? Is he in a hard place in life? Certainly the way he sang it, but not necessarily. He didn't say he was downtrodden. He was just, these were musings. Okay, so I'm going to rate this. I love that experience. I loved his voice. There were certain inflections he did there that just made it even more real. Yeah, I mean, what you saw is what you got. Just like I mentioned John Moreland earlier. This is a 9.3. It's brilliant artistry. I love being brought into brilliant artistry. Whether I understand the song or not, I like being allowed to ponder, share my thoughts. And it's one of these things where you could share your thoughts about this song and they wouldn't be wrong. It's like that. It's one of those open-ended life songs, and I love them. So, John, a.k.a. Tim, thank you again, my friend. Have a great day, folks. See you on another video and keep rocking the country.
Full of sorrow and sweet things where my heart can be honest.